Me? Late? Never. I am never late. Time is early, okay? Vince, why were you so late? My watch says it's exactly 8 o'clock. I don't know what you're talking about. But tonight on the Vince Dow Show, Dave Portnoy's Barstool Sports caves to cancel culture due to their parent company, very cringe. Leftists accuse the British royal family of not being diverse enough. And my thoughts on...
Never. I'm never late. Time is early, okay?
Hold up.
Why are you so late?
Sorry about that. And we'll be reacting to I'll be giving my thoughts on the tragic mall shooting earlier in Allen, Texas. That's tonight on the Vince Dow Show. Stay tuned. We are live, totally not late tonight from the great state of Florida. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Galaxy Brainers, to the Vince Dow Show. Hope you had a great weekend, but I am here, and I am your host, Vince Dow. And before we begin, everyone be sure to leave a like right now on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We do this show live every Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, so be sure to join us. Although I do have to give a little bit of a programming alert. This week, I'll be going to California. I'll be going back to LA for a few days to, visit the parents, visit the family, and also do some collaborations with some right-wing entities in Los Angeles. That's about all I'll say about that. You'll see, whatever. But so with that said, I'm going to try my best to keep up with the show, but no guarantees, right? I'm not sure what it's going to look like. So I'm just letting you know because, the time difference makes it hard. And then the collaborations, I don't know when and what time. So I'm just letting you know. I don't know for sure if we're going to be able to do all 5 nights of the week or any of the week later after I go to LA, but just letting you know. Okay. So you have been warned. Anyways, we're at 15 likes right now. Let's get those numbers up, chat. Let's get up to 50 likes. And if you want to support the show or you have a question or comment that you want read and answered, feel free to send it in via a super chat, which I will check regularly throughout the night. And as usual, we have our Q&A portion. In fact, we got 2 right now. So Burgundy Blue for $2 says, "Hey Vince, finished my last finals today. How are you?" I am good. I'm quite good. I'm more relaxed. My school's been done since last week, so I'm a little bit relaxed here. And Supreme Leader Admiral Kolchak for $2 says, "Vince got that emo cut." Okay, let me address what's going on with the hair. Okay, so it's a little bit of a social experiment. People asked, did I get a haircut? No, I did not get a haircut. Okay, it's the same exact hair. But I remember that one time when I was in DC, okay? That one time I was in DC where I didn't have a comb. I had to buy one, but I got to record the show. And so my hair was kind of floppy like this. And everyone in the chat was saying, "I love your new haircut." And I was like, you know what? As a social experiment, let's just try it once and see what the reception is, okay? So this is the same haircut. It's just not styled, right? It's just the same exact hair. It's just when I don't style it, this is what it looks like. So I don't know. What's the approval rating? What's the feeling? What's the feeling on the haircut? Burgundy Blue for $2 says, "Vince, you're looking sharp tonight." Well, I don't know. Maybe this is the future. Maybe I should just start doing the whole emo hair thing. I don't personally like it that much, but at the same time, I'm on camera. I mean, what do you got to do? You got to appeal to the masses. You got to appeal to the people. So I don't know. Adam Becker says it's bad. Okay, well then, I actually agree. I agree with you, but it's an experiment. Okay, it's a social experiment tonight with the hair. All right. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, again, if you want to support the show tonight, feel free to send it in via a super chat. And regardless, it is all greatly appreciated. But with that said, let me check the time. It is the hour of Dow. Let's get into the news tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Well, all right. Well, really quickly, I want to see what the people think of the haircut. I saw one guy says it's bad. Worst haircut I've ever seen. So the guys don't seem to like it, which is very interesting. Because last time, it seemed like all the girls were saying it looks good. but the guys are like, it looks cringe, which I actually agree. I don't really like it, but you know, let me know. Dollar for $2. I mean, yeah, for $2 says bring back the O'Hare haircut. That is one thing that is never coming back. We're never doing it again. We're never doing that again. Okay, but I want honest feedback. If you think it looks retarded, and tell me that, because I'm trying to get a social survey here. Okay. Anyways, with that said, let's get into the show tonight. So the first thing I want to address tonight is the obviously very tragic mall shooting that took place in Allen, Texas on Sunday. So obviously, prayers out to the families. It is a shame that this type of thing happens so often in our country. But also, I think we have to acknowledge, if we're going to be honest people, this is something that happens very often in our country, right? America is not a safe place. Really, the world is not a safe place. And it is a tragic fact that everywhere you go in this country, you have to look over your shoulder. That's the way it is. And again, tragic situation. Prayers are out to the families. But obviously, we have to talk because there's going to be a very big political debate that comes out of this. And so let me say that this is the difference between a liberal and a conservative. And this is a slight repeat of what I said last week, but I'm going to say it again because it's relevant. You know, it's up in the news again. We got to say it again. So on the gun debate, as a conservative, I look at the fact that our country is not safe, which it is not. And I think to myself, wow, okay, our country is not safe. That is the sad and brutal reality of Earth. This is human nature. So what do I do about it? Right? Well, the best thing that I can personally do is, first of all, be aware of my surroundings in any public place. And secondly, arm myself and be prepared to defend myself if that ever happens to me. I understand as a conservative, as a realist, they really are one and the same, that I can't change the world. I understand I can't defy nature and defy reality, but I can do my best to prepare for it. And the reason I say that the gun debate, and I said this last week, but I have to say it again, really reflects conservatism versus liberalism is because that's the fundamental difference between us. Conservatives and conservatism are about understanding and accepting human nature and reality itself, right? We're all about accepting reality. And so that says, hey, okay, we understand this is how humans are. We can't play God. We can't legislate away human nature. We can't really change a lot about the reality of the world. So what's the best way to govern and craft a society with all of that in mind? That's the conservative approach. That's why a conservative believes what they do on the issue of guns. Liberalism, on the other hand, is about the rejection of nature and the rejection of reality. It is fundamentally in itself an arrogant and naive ideology, right? The liberal says, oh, well, our country is violent. The earth is violent. So surely we can change that in our pursuit of idealism, right? Surely if we took away the guns and funded more, I don't know, mental health resource centers or whatever, social workers, whatever they talk about, people will just suddenly stop being violent. We can just magically legislate away the realities of planet Earth. This is, of course, you know, as usual, naive, ridiculous, and insane. And you can observe this in any single liberal city. Do liberal policies ever make people actually come together and sing Kumbaya? Or do they enable criminals to terrorize the innocent and cause mass crime and violence everywhere? Well, go to a liberal city, right? Go to New York City, go to Chicago, go to any of these places. Ask yourself the question, is this little approach really making everyone come together and imagine all the people? Or is it lawlessness and chaos and are actually more people dying? And I say this because, again, really, this whole debate about this shooting is going to ultimately come back to guns. I know they're talking right now about how allegedly the shooter was a Hispanic neo-Nazi. I don't know, that's what we're hearing. We'll learn more about it. We'll confirm details, I'm sure, later in the week. Which I will say on that note, isn't it a nice thing that for the sake of transparency, those details, if they're true or not, came out so fast, whereas we're still waiting on the manifesto of the Nashville shooter? I don't know, just a question, just saying. But at the end of the day, after that, you know, little, what is the other side really going to push for? What is this debate really going to come back to? gun control. It's always going to come back to gun control. It's the guns. And my whole thing is this, and I've said this before, when I am looking down at the barrel of a gun, when I'm faced with the situation of a mass shooting or a home invasion or whatever it is, your stupid hippie platitudes about gun control and how, imagine all the people are not going to help me or going to help anyone. You standing there and saying, well, I guess maybe there should have been a social worker in that guy's life. Yeah, that's not going to save anyone's life. Okay, and because I am a realist and because I understand that you can't legislate away bad people or even legislate away the guns, right? Because as much as people want to say, oh, well, it worked in Europe. Yeah, but nobody really had guns in Europe even beforehand, right? America has way too many guns in circulation for that to ever work. And secondly, we also have countries to the south with a bunch of criminal cartels. So trust me, guns will find a way in. And so I, as a conservative, ask myself, well, when guns find their way in, we understand there's not much anyone can do about it besides be prepared. So, that firstly means that places like schools and malls and all these places should have armed security, which leftists are also against because, no, but that makes people scared. The cops are racist. Okay. And then secondly, I think that we should all have the right to own guns and carry them because, what is that? That is a practical, realistic solution to a real world problem. That is not a bunch of platitudinal or idealist nonsense, right? Because I do understand that when it hits the fan, singing Imagine by John Lennon is not going to save me, okay? If I were in that mall, some virtue signaling liberal is not going to save you, okay? The only thing that's going to save you is the reality of the earth, right? Self-defense or someone defending yourself for you, right? And so in that case, only myself and whatever tools I have for self-defense are going to make a difference. Okay, so that's all I'm going to really say about this. I know the gun control thing is going to come back probably for the whole next year. It's probably going to be an issue in the 2024 election. Guns this, guns that. There's my take on it, okay? And there's my framing of it, We can talk about the other pro-gun arguments, but I think that's a good way to articulate and good way to understand it. I don't know what you guys think, but again, the conservative is what? Practical, realistic. He understands he can't change the world. He can't change the reality of people. So what's the best way to react to that? What's the best way to respond to that? As the liberal is like, well, if we just imagine all the people, changed the law, we just change reality and human nature itself. Never works that way, okay? Never works that way. Anyways, guys, before we get on to our further stories here, there's my little brief thoughts on the shooting in Texas. I mean, I'm sure we'll talk more about it throughout the week as we learn more about it. But I know we got some super chats, so let me get caught up here before we go on to the rest of them here. Let's see here. Dollar for $2 says the problem with Imagine is that you're imagining. Exactly. And that there you go. That's the problem. Imagine all the people. Imagine there is no heaven. Okay, but there is. You're imagining. Exactly. That's a very good way to put it, dollar for dollar. I appreciate it very much. Let me see. Do we get anything on Streamlabs? Which, by the way, the pinned link in the chat is for my Streamlabs link. It's integratable with PayPal. If you don't want to give 30% of your donation to YouTube, feel free to use that link. But all right, guys, with that said, let's get on here with our show. So, pivoting away from that, just wanted to talk about that briefly in the opening. In other news, I would like to congratulate the British people on their crowning of a new king this weekend. Do we have any British viewers in chat? If you are watching this stream from the United Kingdom, put the flag, okay? British flag in the chat. Throw it up, okay? Throw up the flag if you're watching. Let's see how many. I'm kind of curious about that. But now here's the thing. I know that a lot of American conservatives will get mad at me for saying that. Hey, don't say congratulations to the British on their king, because we have this thing on the right where we basically hate the British monarchy no matter what because 1776, right? And it's basically like blasphemy in the movement to remotely say, oh, well, I think as a symbol, the British monarchy is something decent. But here's my thing. And let me explain this because I know that people are going to get mad at this. The reason that I have respect as an American conservative for the British monarchy as an institution and as a symbol is because, like it or not, recognize it or not, It is one of the last traditional symbols of Western civilization, okay? And that's not a defense of King Charles himself as a person, because I fully agree. I think the last true queen was the last one, right? After this, it's sort of going to go downhill. I fully agree. Charles is a globalist, you know, he's a shady guy. He likes the World Economic Forum, all this stuff. I think that damages the monarchy as an institution, right? But I still respect the institution, the symbol of the British monarchy for that reason. Again, why? Because it is a traditional symbol of Western civilization. To me, it is a relic, but it still represents an old and noble world, the old world long forgotten by most of the world, right? And, you know, you know what? Honestly, I'm going to make a members only video explaining this more, because I know everyone is still going to come to me saying, yeah, but you're American. You're an American conservative. 1776, we overthrew them. So again, members, I'll probably make a video tonight or sometime actually explaining more in depth why I am pro-British monarchy, but also pro-American, okay? You know, and why I kind of see the British Empire as America's mother civilization in a way. Like I don't look at them with resentment or whatever. But anyways, I'll talk about that for the members. The point I'm trying to make though, okay, the point I'm trying to make for all the American conservatives out there who are mad at me, who think that what I'm saying here is unpatriotic, whatever you think, consider this. Please consider this. And this is the story we're going to actually do tonight. Okay, please consider this. Is there maybe perhaps a reason why all of the leftists in the UK want to tear down and abolish the British monarchy? Okay, because you might say, I hate the monarchy, but why is it that all of the people that you dislike far more, why is it that the British left are the ones that are anti-monarchy? Why is it that even in this country, what is the biggest anti-British monarchy figure in our country? Is it the base 1776 conservatives? No, it's Meghan Markle. Okay, Meghan Markle. The biggest feminist liberal out there, right? And so this is just the kind of the question I'm trying to pose here. And what I'm trying to point out is that, in my opinion, all of the resentment against the monarchy in their country does not come from people like us, right? It comes from the hysterical leftist freaks who want to tear down tradition and tear down history, and that's why they're so against the monarchy. So consider that before you get mad at me for saying what I'm saying, okay? US politics and UK politics are very similar. I would just ask, if you're so right on this topic, why is it that all of your political enemies are the ones who actually want to tear down the monarchy, and over across the pond, it's all the people who would agree with us on everything that want to keep it? Just again, this is not part of the segment. I'm introducing it, but I just want to point that out before people come to me saying all that stuff. All right, with that said, what's the story I wanted to talk about? Well, here it is. So leftists in the UK are now complaining that the British royal family is too white. Okay, this is what they are saying. Check it out for yourself.
We've gone from the rich diversity of the Abbey to a terribly white balcony. I'm very struck by that. I'm also looking at those younger generations and thinking, what are the nuances that they will inhabit as they grow?
So by the way, I think that's a star on the show Bridgerton. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that show, but gee, you know, I really wonder why the royal family of a European monarchy is European. I really wonder why a European monarchy would have so many European people in it. Wow. I'm shocked. Oh my goodness, guys. Can you believe this? A European royal family is full of European people? It's so ridiculous, right? And on the other hand, for people who's, oh, well, no, but do you hear anyone complaining that the Saudi royal family is too Saudi? Do you hear anything about how the Eswatini royal family, which is a black African monarchy in Africa, do you hear anyone saying they're too African? No, of course not. But apparently the European, okay, a European royal family is not allowed to be European. In fact, according to Broadway, the British royal family is actually not even white at all, okay? So they're announcing this. It premieres Friday, May 19th, if anyone wants to go and see it, because I'm sure it's absolutely wonderful. There's a new play out called King Richard III, which recasts King Richard III as a black woman. That is not a joke. That is not satire. That is not comedy, okay? They are recasting King Richard III as a black woman. So, just to be clear, before you bring up an excuse like, oh, well, it's fiction. If it's a fictional interpretation, you can do whatever you want. No. King Richard III was a real person. He was a real British king in the late 1400s to 1500s who, as you could imagine, was a white guy. Shocker, I know, a medieval British, classical age British king is a white guy, right? So they are changing a real life British king into a black woman. How does that make any sense? How is that historical? I have no idea. But I do want to remind people of this, right? The other week, I went out and said, hey, if you can do this, if you can make white characters black, then why can't Black Panther be white? Do you remember this whole thing? It was like last week. Remember when I went out and said that? And I said, hey, if we can recast white characters as black, then why can't Chris Pratt play Black Panther? Why can't I play Rosa Parks? You know, I should be able to play Rosa Parks. I'm nominating myself for the Rosa Parks movie. Get back to me on that, Hollywood. But so many people came in the comments saying, oh, well, it's because Black Panther being African is a part of the story, Wakanda and all that. So, if it's totally like fictional where it's not relevant to the story, who cares about the race of the character? But if it's Black Panther, Black Panther is Wakanda, so that's relevant to the story. Okay, but I get it. I actually get what you're saying. It's a fair argument. But King Richard III not only is a king for a European country, so you bring up, oh, Black Panther is supposed to be a king of a fictional African country. Well, King Richard is a king for a real European country. And on top of that, he was a real guy. Okay, he was a real life white guy. He really existed. He was really white. I have yet to see archaeological evidence that he was actually a trans black woman. Again, I'm yet to see that. Maybe if that comes out, maybe if you can show that to me, then I will reconsider this segment. But, just so again to ask the question, and we've done this before, but to the people who are so mad over last week's segment, I once again ask, what actually is the difference? What's the difference? Why can King Richard be black, but the king in Black Panther, Wakanda, you say, oh, they can't change the race because it's Wakanda. So, but if you can change the race of a real life English king, why can't Black Panther be white? Why can't Ryan Gosling play Black Panther? Why can't I be Rosa Parks? And I'm still waiting on an answer there that does not hinge on, oh, we just want to insult and humiliate white people, which is really what this is about, right? That's really why there's a double standard in Hollywood against white people that doesn't apply to anything else. We understand it's not really about hypocrisy. It's not really about accurate representation or whatever it is. It's just straight up, they want to do this humiliation ritual against white people, right? It's an anti-white bias, if you want to call it that. But anyways, there you have it, right? So on one hand, British leftists are saying that the British royal family is too British. That's the accusation, which, cancel them, obviously. Can you imagine? And then, on the other hand, here you have the creative show business interpretations straight up just changing the royal family to being apparently transgender and black on top of that. With that said, do you guys understand why I gave that little speech in the beginning about the British monarchy? Okay? Why I say, even as a conservative in America, I still have to kind of respect and root for them as an institution. Not Charles himself. Charles is, he's globalist, whatever. But it's because I understand, and I wish, everyone's going to say so-and-so. I wish you guys understood this. They are a symbol of tradition. Do you understand that? They're a symbol of the former greatness of Western civilization. That is the monarchy that presided over the largest and most powerful, and by the way, the most charitable, just saying, empire in world history. Okay? It is a symbol of the greatness of Western civilization, and specifically Anglo-Western civilization, which America is a part of, right? You understand? That's kind of our sphere of global influence or whatever. And that is why the left in both the UK and this country, Meghan Markle, want to tear down the monarchy, okay? So, again, everyone can come saying, 1776, hey, we don't like the monarchy. Vince, no, root for this. No, I'm not going to root for this. Because this is about, again, tearing down the legacy and the history of the West. America, as much as we want to say, well, we overthrew them in 1776. Yes, we overthrew them politically. We did not overthrow them culturally. We did not overthrow them morally, right? Our ideas, our values, our sort of heritage as a civilization is still British. We were not a liberal revolution. We did not do what the French did, which is try to tear down everything that was old. No, it was a conservative revolution, okay? So yes, are we separate from British political rule? Absolutely. Am I saying that America should fund the royal family? Absolutely not. Yes, we overthrew them for a reason. But what I am saying on this front is that I do still recognize that monarchy as kind of being a part of the heritage of America, but also just of the West in general. And I also understand that I think our destinies are in many ways intertwined, right? Look at how many wars we fought together. Look at the fact that their politics are very similar to ours. Their issues are very similar to ours. And so that's why I say to the Brits, I wish you no ill harm. I root for your country's success. I think our traditions and heritage and history are intertwined in many ways as countries. And so congratulations on your new king. God bless the British people. And please stop these people, okay? Please stop tearing yourself down. And, we'll try to do our best at the same across the pond. So anyways, there's sort of an instant reaction to the British royal family and the crowning of a new king. Again, congrats. Congrats to the Brits. Which, did I actually get any Brits in the chat? Let me see. I'm going to scroll up to when I asked the question. I don't know if I did. We don't have any Brits watching? Why? I pandered for nothing. You know, it's screwed. No, just kidding. Anyways, all right, let's get caught up here with some more super chats here. Burgundy Blue says, your new hair got you looking like an anime protagonist. Well, I don't want to look like that. I got to put out a poll. I'm going to put out a poll, in the super chat portion, if the hair is actually popular or looks stupid. Because it's totally mixed. It's totally mixed reception. So I have to put out a poll to determine this empirically. Dollar for $2 says, learn to play guitar this summer. White Boy Summer. Yes, Vince Dao, as we know, the chief ambassador of White Boy Summer. When people think of White Boy Summer, they think of Dao, right? No, but in all seriousness, dollar for dollar, I actually wanted to learn the guitar starting 2023. That was going to be one of my New Year's things, is actually I wanted to start playing the guitar and maybe make a channel where I did terrible music covers. But then I don't have the time. That's the issue. I don't really have the time, to tell you the truth. It's so busy trying to do all this other stuff. And, we started doing the show every night, which, that's like a full-time lifestyle. And you'll hear more about this soon, by the way. But I want to try to start a business this summer that's connected to this brand. Probably start like a clothing line or something. So I'm busy. I'm a busy guy. I don't have time. I would like to learn to play the guitar. I just don't. Truthfully, I don't have the time. I don't have the time. I want to make my main hobby. I want to get in better shape, and then do some business, make some money, and then do this show. It's a lot of time. But anyways, Mr. Rat for 100 Swedish, whatever your currency is. I appreciate it, Mr. Rat. Yo, shout out to Mr. Rat, okay? Most rats carry disease, they're pests, but Mr. Rat, he is Ratatouille. He's the good rat. He's the noble rat, okay? We love Mr. Rat. Anyways, he says, I like to brag that I'm a descendant of the 16th century Swedish king Gustav I Vasa. He is like George Washington of my country, kicking out the occupying Danes and ditching the papacy. Well, congratulations, Mr. Rat. Mr. Rat, okay, that's cool. That's very epic. You have someone cool in your bloodline. And I appreciate the 100 Swedes. However you say your currency, thank you for the 100. Eric Peterson for $2 says, if you like mental games, take up golf. I appreciate the $2. I've been taking up chess. That's my mental game. But you know, golf. Well, I respect golf too. Golf is classy. I wish I knew how to play golf. I don't. I went to a driving range once and I didn't know what I was doing. But you know, it's something I should learn when because you think about it, right? If I'm ever, which I want to be, if I'm ever going to be someone of influence in the political world or just the world in general, you got to know how to play golf, right? That's what everyone does. Like Trump plays. Every like famous, rich or powerful person, what do? They golf, they network over the golf course. I can't show up, you know, the first time I meet a donor or something, you can't show up and just, you know, hit it into the sand and then just be stuck in this. So I gotta learn how to play golf. In a next couple of years, we gotta learn how to play golf, because if not, I'm gonna look very stupid. If my life turns out the way I want to turn out, my life's gonna look really stupid. So anyways, all right, let's see if we got any more super chats. We get any super chats on Streamlabs, which I don't think so. Let's see, I don't think so. Okay. Actually, wait, I forgot this. The other day, I missed the super chat from, I forgot who even sent it, but whoever sent it the other night, thank you for the 10. This is what it was.
Bad Peter donated $10. I meant infiltrated. Autocorrect got me. And yes, for the most part it's pretty dangerous here if you're not careful and don't know the areas. And PR is quickly becoming more and more progressive on a rapid pace.
I think
since our icons.
Okay. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you. I think we were talking about Puerto Rico, so that's a context. Sorry, I missed that on Friday, so I just wanted to play that. Thank you for the 10, Bad Peter. I appreciate it. All right, with that said, let's continue on here with the show. And we got one more story, and then we'll go to Super Chats here. So if you want to send them in for that segment, feel free to send them in now. Questions or comments, anything you got. We will be open here in a second. But last story, for our final story of the night, we got to talk about Barstool Sports, ladies and gentlemen. So, controversy is currently brewing at Barstool Sports because one of their most popular hosts has been fired for, wait for it, accidentally saying the N-word while reading rap lyrics. I first heard about this on the Ben Shapiro show, so honestly, let me just play the clip. He explains it, and then we'll react to it, all right?
The problem with being corporately funded. So Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy had to announce on Wednesday that one of their popular hosts, a guy named Ben Mintz, was fired from the company after he said a racial slur accidentally while reading rap lyrics on a live stream earlier this week. So he made the mistake of, he was on a live stream, and he was reading the rap lyrics. And as he went through the rap lyrics, I believe he used the N-word.
Get some yayo, double up, Nick.
Reading rap lyrics. And Barstool's parent company, Penn Entertainment, forced Portnoy to fire him. The entire Barstool team was against this. Barstool CEO Erica Nardini and longtime talent Dan Katz said that he'd made an honest mistake. Mintz tweeted this morning, I made an unforgivable mistake, slipping on air while reading a song lyric. It's not an unforgivable mistake, it's just a normal mistake. I'm sorry. The only thing that makes a mistake unforgivable is when people are unforgiving and jackasses. He clearly...
This is so stupid. It's one of the dumbest cancellations I've ever heard about. Like, here's the thing. I'm not saying I necessarily support any type of cancellation or whatever, but I could at least understand this if he said it in whatever context intentionally, right? But he says it accidentally while reading it, and apparently that's a reason to not just temporarily take him off the show. The response is not just, oh, we caused a little bit of heat, let's take him off for a few days. They don't even let him just do his stupid apology. Hey guys, I'm so sorry, everyone. They fired him. He's fired. His life is over for accidentally, unintentionally saying the word, okay? With no malice intended, not even any intention intended, right? He just accidentally stumbles across this verbal landmine because he's reading something, and there you go. He's blown up for it. He stepped on the landmine. This is just stupid and silly. It is ridiculous. I mean, can we be honest? And you know what? You know what it reflects, though? Can we be totally honest about this? And maybe I'll get canceled myself for engaging in this debate. Maybe people get mad, but let's just be 100% honest. Everyone deep down knows, and this is not the only example of it, that the entire way society treats the N-word is just stupid and silly. It is. Because on one hand, we say that it's the worst word ever, right? It's worse than blasphemy. Of any single word or phrase you can say in society, it is by far the most cancelable word out there. And yet, on the other hand, it's everywhere in the popular culture, right? It doesn't actually make any sense. So we're told it's this awful, terrible racial slur against black people that can never be uttered. And then on the other hand, black people will just casually refer to it as themselves all the time. It's a cultural thing. It's pretty regular. It's pretty normal. We know about, rap music too as well. And let me honestly point out on that front, what other racial group does that, or what other racial slur out there is like that? You don't really see any other racial group use a slur, towards each other colloquially every day as a label for themselves, and then simultaneously still claim it's super offensive and horrible to use, right? And don't get me wrong, like I might sometimes joke as an Asian, haha, chink, haha, gook, right? But you don't see us go around every single day referring it to ourselves. We don't speak about it colloquially. No other racial group has something like that, okay? Now, if I were to be honest, and again, this is just an honest reflection of culture and the way our social standards are. You can get mad. Am I wrong? No one's wrong. It's true, right? Now, I'll be honest. I personally think that black people should not call themselves and each other the N-word, right? Especially if they want it to be a word that's viewed so bad by society, right? And that's honestly, I don't think it's a word that people should necessarily say, especially, what does it mean? Where does it originate from? I understand why people say you shouldn't use that word. But if you shouldn't use that word, then don't use the word. Right? Because I do understand why it's considered provocative or insulting to, let's just say, go up to a black person and start screaming the N-word at them. I understand. I understand why that's considered offensive, whatever. But when black people go around saying the N-word all the time in a friendly sense, and when it is said all the time in rap music, which is the most popular genre of music in America, then how can we simultaneously look at casual and oftentimes accidental, like in this case, accidental use of the N-word by non-black people as such a horrible, irredeemable thing, or anything that's really that big of a deal, right? It's stupid and it's silly. Because again, I understand not going up to black people and yelling the hard R or whatever, right? I understand why that's considered bad. But when rap culture has made it this common word in the American dialect, right? In most contexts where people get canceled for using it, they're not using it as a slur. They're either A, reading rap lyrics, or B, just talking to each other colloquially in the, street dialect, whatever you would call that, okay? So if it's gonna be like that, if it's a part of the American dialect, how can we have this attitude where if you accidentally say the word while reading rap lyrics, you have basically committed a crime and your entire life is over? How can you weigh the two together? It doesn't actually make sense. I don't think it makes sense. I don't think it's consistent, and I think it's stupid and it's silly. Because oftentimes, too, what do people get canceled for saying, right, in the context? Like I said, it's usually not that they're even trying to be racist or offensive towards anyone in most cases. Usually, so-and-so is canceled because either A, they have a video on Snapchat, they were singing a rap song, and they said it because it's a word in the song. And if you want rap to be a genre that's listened to by so many people, it's going to be heard if you're saying that word. Or it's like some middle school or high school kid is calling their friends that word because it's culture. In many ways, it's popular culture. And then it gets screenshotted or videotaped and boom, get kicked out of school. Life is over. You can never do anything ever again. And in this case, it's even worse because this person said it as a total accident. Same thing. It came out of your mouth. Life over. Never speak to anyone ever again. You were booted from society. Even though you had no ill intent, we don't care. Your life is over. Is any adult going to seriously look at me and hear that social standard and tell me, yeah, that's normal. Yeah, that actually makes perfect sense. No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's silly. It's ridiculous. Okay? If you're going to put a word all over popular culture and proliferate it in America's most popular music genre, how are you going to simultaneously again say if you accidentally say the word while reading a rap song, you're fired, you're canceled, your life is over? And I understand why what I'm saying is going to be, oh, hey, whoa, chill out there, Vince. I'm just saying, if you drop all filters of political correctness, which I know is hard to do, I understand why what I'm saying is very politically incorrect. I'm just saying that if we were to be 100% honest adults about this, who would even disagree with what I'm saying? None of it makes any sense. Because again, if it's such a terrible and evil word, then which if you look at the origins of it, you could argue, okay, fine, I get it, I understand. Then why should it be normal for black people to constantly use it so casually all the time either? Why is that also okay? You know? And if they're going to do that, let's say, okay, fine, they want to do it, whatever. If they're going to do that, and if rap music is going to do that, can we really have such a visceral reaction when some non-black people accidentally repeat a word that's, again, all over the place in the culture? If you want the word to stop being stigmatized, if you want the word to be stigmatized, that's what I mean, maybe stop saying it so much, right? Because what is you saying it over and over again and all what is that? It normalizes it, right? It normalizes the word. And then are we really going to pretend like 99% of people, right? Not me, of course, I've never. But, like most people out there have not at least said the word while singing a rap song. Because that's the other aspect of this. Every time that happens, everyone is like, I can't believe he, in high school was singing blank in Paris and he said it. Are we really, this whole exercise is so ridiculous, right? Again, 99.9% of people out there have done. Of course, never me. I never said it once. But, not most people out there have done that. And probably somewhere, if you dig deep enough into Snapchat memories, have a video of them doing it. And we look at someone who did it in like 9th grade and you revoke their college acceptance, life over. You're never going to be able to do anything. It is silly and ridiculous. And deep down, everyone knows that. Everyone knows it's silly and ridiculous. Everyone would come out and publicly agree with me if they were not all themselves so scared of being canceled for pointing out the obvious. So again, those are the two solutions I present. Either A, we actually do stigmatize the word, which is fine, but it also means rappers should not say it so much in their music. It means even black people should not normalize saying it, right? If it's that bad of a word, if it's that horrible of a word, everyone should stop saying it, not just black people, not just non-black people, Or if we want to keep it, then don't stigmatize it, fine, and keep saying it in the rap songs and all that. But you also then have to understand and expect, okay, if you're going to put this word everywhere and make it like such a common word in popular culture, you can't really make a big deal out of it. You can't really make a big deal out of it when someone accidentally uses it because it's everywhere, right? Do you understand that? So, anyways, there's my little thoughts on the whole Barstool sports drama. I think it's so stupid. And, Ben is kind of right in that clip, though. That is what happens when you take corporate money. But anyways, guys, with that said, that wraps up our stories for tonight. So we got about 20-ish minutes left on the stream. So the super chats are open. If you've got questions or comments for me that you want read and answered, feel free to send them in via these super chats, either here on YouTube or on Streamlabs. I have the link for that pinned in the live chat here. I guess I could probably post it again. But all right, guys, well, let's check them out here. Mr. Rat for 20 Swedish... What do they call it? What's the Swedish currency called? Swedish currency. Kronas for 20 Swedish kronas says, according to Netflix, Cleopatra has the N-word pass. Hey, that's true. Hey, yeah, apparently Cleopatra is black, right? I heard the Egyptians are not happy about that because Cleopatra is Egyptian. And as a matter of fact, the Egyptians, quote unquote, are an ethnicity, right? It's like, I don't know if it's called Coptic or whatever. And I've heard they're not happy about that. So it is very true. It is very true. We ought to do that on a weekly basis. Just check out all the different, because every single week there's a new Netflix recasting of something. So, real and true. Sandra Meyer says, I'm glad my rap singing days were long before social media, lol. Hey, Sandra, no, cancel Sandra, cancel her, okay, cancel her. She needs to be deplatformed from everything. She sung a popular rap song back in the day. Can you believe it? It's so over. Can you believe, like, I can't believe, you know, Sandra, you're one of my favorite people in the chat, but now that I found out that you sang a rap song that was popular when you were young, I can't believe, guys, it's so over. It's so over. Sandra Meyer for $2, thank you very much, says, your thoughts on Boston's recent Sh00ting con. Yeah, I saw that. I did not extensively kind of follow what they did at it. I know they ripped up a Bible or something like that, right? But it's not surprising to me whatsoever. I think that it really does reflect, in many ways, America is ruled by Satan, right? You want to see what's the king of America right now? It really is, when you think about it, the king of our country is the devil. And obviously I'm not saying that. Let me be clear. I'm not saying that in like a spiritual sense, okay? I'm just saying that in a metaphorical sense, in the sense that the kind of people of our country follow who, or our country as a global institution follows who, right? So it is true, and it's not surprising. I actually wanted to react to it here on the show, but I didn't really see a lot from it. I don't know how public of an event it was. I didn't really see a lot from it that was like good content besides, you know, ripping up the Bible and stuff. But it seemed like a pretty closed off event to answer. So I'm not really sure. But anyways, Burgundy Blue for $2 says, actually, Cleopatra was part of a Greek dynasty. Actually, that is true. That is true. My bad. You are right. I just remembered that. And I did know that. I just remembered that. But exactly. She's Greek. She's not black, okay? Cleopatra, guys. It's true. Hey, Cleopatra. That's what they should call her. That's what they should call her. I'm down. You guys like that? Cleopatra. Okay. All right, anyways, on that topic, not on that topic, on an unrelated topic, I've got to do that poll. All right, we got to get the consensus. So for the people who came in the chat that weren't here in the beginning, I did not get a haircut. Everyone's this is not a haircut. Okay, this is just, I've just styled my hair differently. Okay, actually I've not styled it. Usually I just comb it back, hairspray. There's nothing in my hair right now. It's like natural hair. The reason I'm doing this is, again, it's a thought experiment. It could be the last time we do this or never. But the other week when I was in DC, I didn't really have a hairbrush. I forgot to pack one, and it looked like I just had to. My hair ended up kind of looking like this, right? And a lot of people said they actually liked it like this. So let me put out the poll. We need to determine this empirically. We need to put out the poll. Do you like my hair? Let's see. Do you like my hair like this or normal? Yes, I like this hair style. No, I like the normal slick back. Okay. All right, we need to ask. We need to ask the chat. This is of crucial importance. Sandra Meyer says it looks good but more casual for sure. It does look more casual, but at the same time, I'm 20, right? So I'm thinking about that too. You know? I'm a young kid, so it could add to the brand of me being a young kid. But then on the other hand, me looking like a young kid also decreases the credibility because I look like a young kid. So it's a very interesting question. I'm not sure. Let's see. 67% are saying they like it. So it's very interesting. Sheeny Beanie says he likes it. Very interesting. I seem to get the feeling, it seems like the females like this hair, and then the guys like my normal hair. Which I agree, actually. I like my other hair better. But it's all, I don't hate this. It's just, I like dealing with the other one better. But it's all, also, I'm on camera. I gotta kind of gauge. I gotta craft a look that's good, because I don't like wearing a suit necessarily either. But it's about the visuals of stuff too. So I don't know. We gotta figure this out. 63% say they like it. See, that's not that conclusive though. That's the issue. slightly, okay, we have a slightly more approved, but also there's a large majority that hates it. I have no idea. I have no idea. Anyways, I'm gonna have Joanna read my super chats while I post this on Instagram, because I forgot to post something on Instagram. I gotta do it, and like a true Zoomer, I will be on my phone while you speak to me, because you know I'm a Zoomer like that. If they'll refresh in here, which they're not right now. Okay, really? Yeah, we already did that. Okay,
Burgundy
Joanna,
Blue donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Actually, Cleopatra was part of the Greek dynasty.
I'm gonna read it myself. You're useless. I have a useless secretary. Hey, what is going on?
Burgundy Blue donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Actually, Cleopatra was part of a Greek dynasty.
Okay. Thank you, Joanna. All right, here we go. This is what I meant. All right.
Burgundy Blue donated $1.99 through Super Chat. The Patrick Bateman look is here to stay.
Is this really a Patrick Bateman look, though? I actually agree with what people... Why does it...
Burgundy Blue donated $1.99 through Super Chat.
Sorry, I muted the wrong thing. I was trying to mute her, and I muted myself. Good job, Vince. Good job, Vince. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why. Okay. You know what? Joanna, she's doing her job weird tonight. We're just not going to engage. Is this really Patrick? I feel like this is like E-boy, emo sort of. I don't know. 55% still say they like it. I don't know. The slight majority say they like it more. Eric Peterson says no gel, grow beard. We've been over this before, Eric Peterson. I can't grow a beard because I'm Asian. And yes, I actually do have the hair growth to grow a beard. It's just that they all look weird. Do you want me to look like Confucius? Every show I'm be like, why is, you know, it's not the Vince Dao show. It's the Mr. Miyagi show, okay? Welcome to Vince Dao show. I am your host, Master Dao. Okay, tonight we talk about liberal. Don't you know liberals are dumb, okay? They come over, they come in my store, they come in my bonsai store, and, you know, I always go around, they always cause trouble. They steal things. I cannot deal with it. Hey, do you want that to be the vibe of the show? Someone's gonna say, yes, Vince. Vince, I love that show, so you need to just do that. Well, maybe you have a point. Maybe that is more entertaining than my normal self, but that's what it would be, okay? So, hold on, let me just type this really quickly. But anyways, no, like, is that the vibe you want of the show? I understand people are gonna be like, it's so funny, please do that. But it could also just be a bit, right? I could buy a fake beard and do the, you know, I could have my alter ego. But I'm just saying, like, who would take me seriously if I had a stupid Confucius beard? You know, I just look like a wise Asian philosopher. You know, it'd be funny. Everyone would like make a gag, but no one would really view me seriously. They'd just be like, look at that guy. He thinks he's Confucius. He looks like he came out of a Halloween thing or whatever, right? It is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, Sandra Meyer for $2 says different hairstyles for different situations. I guess you could do that. I guess we could do that, right? It's the same hair. We could just, but also it'll be weird because, you know, you would have to recognize one, like it would be weird going back and forth, but that is an option. It's the same exact hair, same exact hair. Sheeny Beanie for $2 says, I am a girl. Well, actually, I did not know that. I figured you're Sheeny Beanie because your name was like Shane or something. So, okay, misgendered. Well, then there you go. There you go. It's popular with the girls. What can we say? What can we say? It seems to be a gender gap in the approval rating of the hair. All right, and then the guys also, they really want me to grow the beard. I'm gonna read the super chats. Rest of the night, we're reading super chats as Mr. Miyagi. Okay. Dirty Mike sent 5. He said, To be honest, I can't remember what it usually looks like. That's how much I care about your hair, buddy. Sorry. Aye, no problem, Dirty Mike. It's okay. It's very okay. Okay, thank you for 5. God bless you. So true, so true. Burgundy Blue for $2 says it is edgy Italian. Edgy Italian. E-boy Patrick Bateman. So true, so true. Don't I? That's what everyone thinks when they look at me, right? Italian. So true. You know, let me just say, as much as I joke about my Italian heritage, which I am part Italian, I 100% recognize that if I were to go to where my grandparents are from in Connecticut in the Northeast, like no one would see me as Italian, right? You know what I mean? Like I don't think I pass as Italian. I pass as Asian. I don't really pass as white, right? The reason I bring that up is because this weekend, all right, I suddenly, because of the royal family stuff, for the first time in my life, I took a look at Meghan Markle. Like, I actually looked at her carefully. And I realized, and I don't know, I never really looked at her carefully before. I realized that woman is not black, right? She's 25% black, Vince. Okay, but she looks totally white. In fact, she actually looks Italian, right? She looks like she doesn't look Anglo-Saxon, I'll give you that. But, you know, that's a white woman. Meghan Markle is a white woman. It would be like me, and the reason I draw that comparison, me, a quarter Italian. Yeah, when you look carefully, you can see the facial features. You can see I have like bigger eyes, sort of a less like soft Asian face. You can see in this too, right? Right? This is in my blood. We're all born. All of us Italians were born with a Versace watch on. We're born wearing this. Okay, I can't take this off. I actually can't take this. I'm born. This is a part of my body. But you know, it would be like me saying that I'm a victim of anti-white racism, which is real, obviously. But like, it would be like me saying, oh, well, I'm 25% white, so, you know, Hollywood discriminating against white, that's me. No, that's silly. That's ridiculous, right? Yes, like heritage-wise, oh, I'm Italian, I'm white. But I don't pass for white. Do I look white? No. Meghan Markle, you don't look black either. You are not. You are a white passing woman. You are a white woman. But, oh, she's a target of so much racism because she's a woman of color. She's not a woman of color. She's totally white. Meghan Markle is totally white. And, you know, I never really thought about that carefully. But I took a look at her, and I realized that. I realized by looking at her, she is white. I was like, where's the black? She's not. So it's just like what's her name? Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren. Same exact thing. Maxwell for $5 says, would you ever go on Highly Respected with Scott Greer? I'm not super familiar. I mean, I know of Scott Greer's name. I'm not super familiar. I mean, I guess I'd be open to it. But thank you for the $5, Maxwell. Appreciate it very much. God bless you. All right, I'm sorry. I forgot what the commitment we're making. Okay, the rest of the night, it's Miyagi voice. I forgot. Okay, sorry. My bad. Apologies. Maxwell JW said 5. He say, would you ever go on Highly Respected with Scott Greer? I'm not sure. I know much about show. I only know that name. So true. Thank you, Maxwell. $5. Okay, this is your incentive. Okay, this is your incentive to super chat the show. All super chats tonight, they're being read in the Miyagi voice. Okay, which maybe we could just make a permanent thing, but for now, it's a one night special. It's a one night special. Okay. All right. Dirty Mike for $2 say NBA. Also, Meghan Markle, white girl. It's so true. Thank you for Thank you for $2. I don't know what you mean by NBA. I undergrad student, but yes, Meghan Markle. She is white girl. It is so true. Thank you for $2, Dirty Mike. Should I feel like I should just read it in the voice and then respond normally. It would be weird. The whole show, the rest of the show is just gonna be like Miyagi voice. Are we really gonna do that? We could. And people like it. Okay, should we just keep doing it? Should we just keep? Okay. All right. Sheeny beanie for 2. Aye. Say Meghan Markle is white woman with tan. Yes, it is very true. Okay. That's what we call her. In Okinawa, we have saying, "Oh, Megan, white like paper. She white like paper. She slithery like snake. She say bonsai." Yes, so true. Thank you for the $2, Sheeny Beanie. Appreciate it. Sandra Maya for $2 say, wax on, wax off. Hey. Okay, wax on, wax off. Yeah, wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Whoa, you wax on, you wax off. Okay? You paint the fence. Paint the fence. Aye! Paint the fence. So true. So true. Okay? You could respond with a normal voice, lol. It is a lot. It is a lot. It's very excessive. It's very excessive. But it says yes, she white like rice. Aye. She white like rice. She like sushi. Aye. She white on outside, but she thinks she color on inside. Aye. So true. So true. So true. Sandra Meyer says, I missed it because of an ad. You remember. Doesn't that ad's not? Oh, that's YouTube Premium. Okay, my bad. All right, I'll say it again. Sandra Meyer for $2 say, wax on, wax off. Aye, yes, so true. You wax on, wax off. So wax on, wax off. No, wax on, wax on, wax off. Okay. Did she see paint the fence, though? Do I have to paint the fence again? Paint the fence. I remember when I was very young, I thought that could actually like teach you karate. It's totally bogus, okay? And then when I was older, me and my dad had this debate of why we actually like Cobra Kai more than Karate Kid, because they're not like cringe hippies. Hey, you just do crane on the beach and then you become karate master. Yes. That's not how it actually works, right? And it actually reminds me a lot, because when I was young, I did Kung Fu, and I learned nothing from that. Because we just did a bunch of, like, forms and stuff, and occasionally, you learn the block, hit the pad. Dude, I remember when I was in first grade. Okay, I was out in first grade. I wouldn't call it a fight, but I got in a little scuffle. Okay? Because it was St. Patrick's Day, and I wasn't wearing green. I wasn't wearing green. And so these kids came up, and were like, I was in first grade, they're probably like fourth graders. They're like messing with me. They're like, oh, he's not wearing green, pinching, right? And I was trying to do what they taught us in Kung Fu to like, it was not working. Okay, it's just like, I was trying to wax on, wax off basic. It was what they learned. But, and then finally, I just stood up and just pushed them. And that worked. That sent them away. Okay. So it's like, but it reminds me a lot of Kung Fu when I was little, because it was so useless. We learned all this stuff, horse stance. There's all the different forms. The 7 styles of Shaolin, whatever the heck it was. Because there's all this, like, there's a horse form, the whole freaking set. You do all the... And then there is, what are the other ones? Like crane, mantis? I don't remember. It's whatever. Tiger. I remember Tiger Claw. Who's gonna fight like this? Oh yeah, this is a style of Shaolin. Hey, this is style of Shaolin. You're going to fight like? No, you're not. That's stupid, right? Real fighting is learned through combat and sparring. And Bruce Lee, by the way, he was a big proponent of this. Bruce Lee always said that all the stupid forms and stuff are stupid. What's the name of his martial arts style? Jeet Kune Do, I think. His is all just about actual fighting, actual sparring. It doesn't mess around with any stupid forms. Because all the stuff is... you don't learn anything from that, right? But anyways, getting back to the point, the reason why I kind of relate to Cobra Kai is because Miyagi-Do, quote-unquote, in real life, totally useless. Totally useless. And there's a lot of martial arts schools out there that they're not exactly all wax on, wax off, but they'll teach you all this, like, stupid stuff, but you never actually spar. You actually never actually learn how to fight. Okay? That Kung Fu class did not teach me a single thing about fighting. It really didn't. It helped my flexibility a little bit. I could do, like, a roundhouse kick and stuff, but it's just totally useless. It's just totally useless. Did you stay on the floor in the fight? See, that's what I forgot to do, okay? If you sat on the floor, you would have taken away the elementary bully. Okay? It's so true. It is so true. Burgundy blue for two. Sorry. My bad. Burgundy blue for $2. Burgundy blue for $2. No, they don't know how to, Asians don't know how to say that. Burgundy blue for $2. Say, this voice get Vince canceled 7 months. You can't cancel me, okay? It's gonna get me canceled. I'm Asian. Because apparently you're allowed to be racist towards towards yourself, right? So, I will defend this voice. No, in 7 months, we're gonna be making so much more money because every night everyone just wants to super chat for the voice. So you wait and see. Burgundy for why do I keep doing Burgundy blue for $5? Say first grade Vince Italian fight or flight response kick in. And no, I don't mean fight of flight. Are you talking about that one Family Guy thing? Thank you for the $5, Burgundy Blue. It is true though, right? I was doing all the stupid kung fu. You wax on, wax off. Oh. And then, finally I just stood up. Hey, what's your deal, man? Hey. True. These are the two avatars of Vince Style. These are the inside you there are two wolves, okay? Inside Vince there are two wolves. There is Mr. Miyagi and there is Uncle Vinny, right? So it's so true. Jono B for 2A. I don't know what country. Is that Asia? Burgundy, not Burgundy. Jono B for 2.99 Asia. Say, Vince rocks discipline. Vince rocks discipline. Hey, yes. I need to train. I need more train. You need more practice. I know sand the floor enough. Okay, that's the truth. That's the truth, right? You know, when someone loses a fight, they're on the ground. What's the first thing you say? Oh, he didn't stay on the floor enough. Hey, he knows sand the floor. Okay. You all lack discipline. Yes, Adam. We all lack discipline. Burgundy blue for $2. Say, read it again. I cite, fight or fight. I Burgundy blue. I illiterate. Okay, I immigrant. I don't know how to read the super chat. Okay, we struggle. Aye. Oh yes, I read correctly. It's a fight or fight. Aye. So true. Thank you for the $2, Burgundy blue. All right, we'll go for let's see. We'll go till 9:20. All right, 8 more minutes. So, any last super chats you want to send in, send them in now. I'm going a little longer because I don't like I said, this week again we're going to California and all that. So, I don't know how many shows we're gonna do. Like I said, I gotta visit the parents for a few days. Okay, obligatory. Okay. They're like, Vince, you no visit us. Why you no visit us? I say, I being doctor. What do you mean? And I say, oh, okay, no problem. Yeah, that's definitely what my parents sound like. 1000%. No, you go. Okay, for the record, my parents are not Fabi. Okay, they both speak. None of them have an accent. In fact, my dad looks white. Like I said, that's why I'm part Italian. But anyways, anyone else a fan of Brian Callen's stand-up? I keep thinking Vince pronounces kung fu wrong. Kung fu. What you know about kung fu? I'm Master Po. I'm Master Dao. By the way, get the stream to 100 like, okay? You all lack discipline. You know, press like button. It's true. How can we defeat Master Sato if you don't press the like button? Okay? Liberals lack a discipline. It is true. Liberals do lack the discipline. Javier says, Vince, are you going to visit Santa Barbara while you're there? No. If you think it is not the Whatever podcast, okay? I do want to do that at some point, but that's not what I'm going to be doing in LA. Which honestly, I mean, we'll see if the content ever gets used That's the thing. I always say, I never even want to say I do collabs beforehand because sometimes they never even get posted. But no, there are other plans. There are other plans. Vince, go on the whatever. Vince, you need to go on whatever. All right, listen, I would. Someone's got to reach out. I guess I could reach out, but you know. Okay, but should I go on or should my alternate ego go on? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? This girl's like, yeah, like literally, like I go on, I like literally, you know, like, hey, you don't speak right. I just freaking stand up, just break the okay, karate chop the desk. Could you imagine? Everyone's like, oh, Sovereign, bro, he does such a good job. Chase is so based. No, they're not ready. They're not ready for when Vince Dow shows up. He just yoga fires the table, okay? Yoga fires the table in half. That will be the most viral whatever clip in history. It will be. It will be. Hey, you know, I'll stand up. I'll have enough of the feminists and the OnlyFans girls. Okay? Yoga fire, table in half. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Kidding, of course. Kidding. For the record. For the record. It's a joke. It's a joke. All right, but any last super chats you want to send in? Last call for super chat. I read in voice because we end in 5 minutes. Feel free to send them in. Yes. Andrew M says, Facebook. Why you not Facebook and study? It's so true. The wise proverbs of the Asia. Okay. Dirty Mike says, come over to electrical engineering instead. You need to come over to electrical engineering instead. Much better. Many Asians, not many Italians. Why would I do electrical? Well, here's the thing. Okay, 2 things. First of all, Asian not allowed to do electrical engineer. It's not smart enough, okay? They need to be aerospace or aerospace. Okay? Only aerospace. No, all other engineer not real. Oh, I civil engineer. What do you talk about? Not engineer. Okay? You'll be aerospace. That's number 1. Number 2, engineering is hard, and I'm not like a full-time student. I'm kind of, I mean, yes, technically, but I'm, you know, I do the show and whatnot, and I would never use it. I plan to do this stuff professionally eventually, so, you know, I'm a business marketing major right now. Yeah, it's not the most useful. College is kind of stupid in general, but at least it's kind of it kind of translates in some ways, and it's not totally useless like political science. What is science? No, there's no such thing as political science. Okay, politics not science. Either you do science, you don't do science. It's actually so true. That's a Mr. Miyagi quote. What's a quote about in the road? You have road, okay? You walk this side, safe. Walk that side, safe, okay? So you walk biology, safe. Physics, safe. You go in the middle, squish like grape. And that's so true. Because that's what political science is. It's not science, okay? Political science, squish like grape. I cannot do this voice. You know, I'm starting to lose the voice, okay? Because when you rasp in your throat for so, it's getting harder. It's getting more difficult, all right? But we're almost done with the stream, so, you know, again, any last super chats you want to send in. Let me check Streamlabs, actually. But, this is actually starting to hurt. That's not good. That's not good. All right. Dirty Mike says, squish like grape. So true. All right, hopefully that water aids slightly with this. American Navajo Patriot says funny, laughing emoji, thumbs up. Sorry. American Navajo Patriot. Not joke. Why you think voice joke? I teach real. This real. No good. Okay, you think so funny. It's not funny. This is life or death. This real. I'm totally losing the voice. I can't do it's turning into something different. Okay, it's turning into something different. First it was Miyagi, now it's like Miyagi. Okay, now we're doing Mr. Miyagi. So true. Burgundy blue for $5. Say political science. This sound like an invention of Chairman Mao. Hey, we Japanese no like Chairman Mao. He tried to invade. I don't think he actually did. He tried to invade. Hey. So true. Thank you for the $5. Burgundy blue. I'm my voice is not going to appreciate this in the morning. I can already feel it. I already feel it. Starting to lose the voice. But listen, now it's iconic. I feel like now we got to bring this back periodically. The Mr. Miyagi super chats, okay? Think about it. Would you rather have Vince, hey, burgundy blue for $5. Hey, thank you very much. God bless. Or would you rather have Mr. Miyagi read the super chats? Right? Oh, we got James Hall. Yes. James Hall. They laugh at my voice. They know this is my normal voice, okay? So true. So true. See, I can actually be funny. Everyone's like, Vince doesn't have a lot of humor. He doesn't have charisma. I can be. It's just when I am, it's offense. It's racially stereotypical. So that's why I can't bring up the jokes so often. But if it's my own, then what's the deal? What's the deal? Javier say they just handed out gender study PhD. No good. No such what a gender study. Hey, you be doctor or you be doctor? Okay. It's true. I am a disgrace to my family. I am. Because I'm Asian, but I know doctor. Okay, you be doctor. I know doctor, and I know engineer. Okay, instead I talk about politics, which really does make me an odd one out in my family, I have to say, because I'm trying to think. My cousins, right? Tech nerd, doctor, pharmacist, tech nerd. They all basically do something with computers, like computer science or software or engineering. Or doctor. Or they doctor. You doctor yet? I know you to come back when you doctor. But that's not me. I'm the odd one. Well, you know why? You know why though? I always say this too. Okay, it's true. It's true. The reason why is because I'm the one that's mixed race, right? Most of my family is just Vietnamese, 100%. I'm part Italian, okay? So you can see it. You can see it in me. But also, that's where, like, my expressiveness and creativity comes from. That's what I tell myself at night. That's why I tell myself. That's why I know doctor, okay? Because I have that, like, sense for classical humanities and stuff, okay? Okay? Millhouse321 says, doctor equal based. Well, I will say, the quality of doctor in the next few decades and the stuff the doctor gonna try to do, that is another thing to think about. If I were a doctor, I would have to, take certain thing. MRNA. All right, that said, ladies and gentlemen, enough fooling around for tonight. That'll wrap up this episode of the Vince Dao Show. I will try to do an episode tomorrow. It's going to be pre-recorded because I'm going to be flying to LA. Okay, I go plane. I'm not going to be flying on an A6M0, so don't worry. I hope that there are no issues there. Okay, that was okay. All right. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, everyone be sure to leave a like on the stream before you go. One last thing. Vince Dao, you went on Vice, you debated all the other Asians. Yeah, whatever. Okay, just imagine. If Mr. Miyagi voice went on, like, they would not be ready. Could you imagine? Hey, what are your thoughts on crime? No. Aye, shut up! Could you imagine? What would Zayed do with the kid with the crazy face? He'd be like, and I'd just be like, aye, Aikido, yoga fire. Okay. So true. Anyways, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to leave a like on the stream before you go. Let's get to 100 likes, and I'll see you guys tune in. Tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll try to do as many shows as we can this week. Wish me a safe flight to Los Angeles. Los Angeles. And until next time, Alpha moves only. God bless. A very good night and peace. Ai, konnichiwa. Wax on, wax off. So true. So true.